We're jumping into how to press, and if you guys want to press just like Anders, just like MS-DOS3 in the E-World Cup final and FIFA 19, or many other years from top tier pro players, then this video is for you. I'm gonna break down what you need to do. Firstly, you need right sit switching. If you want to learn right sit switching, it's already been demonstrated on the complete defending tutorial on this channel. However, if you do not know what right sit switching is, it essentially is your ability to switch to any player that you like with the right stick. And basically you're using the player you already have selected as a pivot point, and you're selecting the players around him by flicking the right stick in that direction. If you don't know how to right stick switch, I recommend learning how to do that before watching this tutorial, because you need right stick switching to know how to press manually, and more importantly, how to press like a top tier pro. Secondly, I want to talk about the run up and switch off technique. The run up and switch off technique will be one of the most crucial aspects to your ability of squeezing someone off the ball. What it entails is you running up with the first initial defender. You then want to switch off to the defender closest to him to then cover the closest passing option, or run up in tandem, in a line with the initial defender that you selected. Now, one key point to this is when you do switch off to that second defender, you need to instantly transition into holding R1, which is second man press. What this will do is the first defender you controlled will run up and press the ball carrier with second man press. You are then covering the closest passing option to the player on the ball so that you can squeeze the opponent off the ball and give him no options. But then we have incorporating the third defender. You see, to squeeze someone sufficiently enough off the ball, specifically in a high caliber game, two players may not be enough. You may need to incorporate the third or even the fourth defender into the press to ensure that you can sufficiently squeeze the opponent off the ball. So you may have run up, you may have switched off, and you may be second man pressing. You may be covering the closest passing option to the ball carrier with that second defender. But then you may need to switch to the third defender, closest to the two pressing the ball carrier and the closest passing option, to then run either into space that covers or surrounds the ball carrier, or run to a second passing option that's available, all whilst holding second man press. And what this actually will do is cause the two players that you initially defended with to press the two closest players on the ball, and you then freely have control of the third defender to run to another option or run towards the ball carrier or space, so that you can surround the opponent and squeeze him off the ball. And one final tip I want to talk about when it comes to squeezing an opponent off the ball, your ability to read the opponent. Because if you actually don't know what direction the opponent's going, it's going to be hard for you to utilize these squeezing techniques. And there are three methods to read the opponent so that you can suffocate the opponent off the ball. First of all, it is signals. A signal is when a striker is sitting just in front of a defender. Why is this a signal? Well, the majority of the time when your opponent's building up, they are always looking for their strikers, are they not? They're looking to hit their feet so they can drag your defense out and create space in behind. This is a signal. We all know your opponent's trying to hit the striker. So why are we not selecting the centre back preemptively to set yourself up for the press before the opponent's even made the pass? The second technique of reading the opponent is touch direction. Whatever direction the opponent takes the ball first time is always a good indication as to where they will pass next. And you can set your press up instantly knowing this. If they take a touch inside, you can switch inside to the middle defender, run straight to the inside passing option, and then switch off to the second defender to set yourself up instantly for that press. And third and final is common flows of play. You see, when you play this game enough and you get to learning how your opponents attack, there are common tendencies that your opponents will implement into their attacking game that we can know preemptively and set ourselves up better for the press. What do I mean by this? Well, every time your opponent's on the wing, we know they want to come central. So why do we not set ourselves up with the switches inside to set ourselves up for the press? When our opponents pass from the winger to the wing back, they most likely, the majority of the time, will switch the play because it's a natural tendency. You pass from the winger back to the wing back, they take a touch to the opposite side and they switch. That's what the majority of people will do. And this is what I mean by learning common flows of play. As you play this game, you will know what your opponents will do in most situations. Specifically, if you go through the ranks or divisions, you'll notice different common flows of play. And as you get up the higher divisions, you'll notice they're more advanced. But essentially, you guys can start and learn and memorize what your opponents do in the majority of situations so that you can set yourself up better for the press in FC25. There you have it. That is a complete guide to pressing. It's short but sweet. It's not too in-depth, but it's also not too vague. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, there are many more tutorials on the channel, including a complete defending tutorial which may help you with right stick switching in FC25.